Hey YouTube, it's Hassana. I am Lapband PH Journey in Weight Loss Surgery. I'm coming back to you. This is now week 7 of my Lapband journey. It's a hot day here on the East Coast, and not expecting a May day to be as hot as our typical late August days, if anything. But we're getting through it. So it's a lazy Memorial Day for me, but I wanted to come back to you guys letting you know where things stand and how I'm doing. Let's start off with the numbers. Actually, I think last time I was on here, I was at 251. That was about 2.5 weeks ago. I am currently 246 pounds, so that's 5 pounds down in 2.5 weeks. My surgeon's expectations are about 1 to 2 pounds per week, and I'm comfortable with that at this point. But I must say this loss was after about a 2 to 3 week stall, actually, in weight loss. I have gotten very comfortable with working out. I really like working out. I go at least 4 times a week, usually 5 actually, but my goal was always to have at least 4 times a week. And I think in the fact that I was doing that, I wasn't quite taking in enough calories. So I think my calorie intake was getting between like 700 and 800 calories until about 3 weeks ago. And then I realized, well, maybe I'm stalling because my body's going into starvation. And in fact, I was at a support group meeting one night, and they were like, or the dietitian particularly said, you know, that's true, you may be doing that. So I had, for a day or two before talking to her, increased my calories a little bit, hadn't quite gotten to 1,000, but now my goal is really 1,000 to 1,100 calories. And since I've upped it to that much, I've actually seen myself losing. I also must say that with Mother's Day during that time period, I incorporated a cheat day, which I plan to do about every 2 weeks, kind of throwing my body off. But even my cheat day, I still want to keep it around 1,500–1,600 calories is my game plan. And as I said, I only want to do that once or twice per month. I figure in life, when in reality, as I choose this healthier lifestyle, I'm actually going to have times when I don't make great food choices, but I want this to be conscious decisions and planned decisions rather than, oh, I'm driving home, oh, let me just grab something at McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, something like that. I don't plan for those to ever be mainstays in my lifestyle anymore. However, there may be a extraneous occasion, but I would like them to be more so planned occasions, or at least on planned days, which I know I'm going outside of my typical norm of eating cleaner foods, more vegetable, protein first, those types of concepts. So, yes, I am back on the losing bench after that little bit of stall for a period of time. During my stall, it made me think a little bit more. I probably do way too much. I probably get on the scale every other day at least, and then checking my weight. The one thing is I don't let it affect my mood to the extent that, you know, some people may. I kind of look at it as, okay, what do I need to be doing differently? What didn't I do? Did I not get my fluids in? Am I eating too many calories? Am I eating too few calories? So I kind of am comfortable and don't feel like I am allowing the scale to drive my emotions per se. Drive my decisions, yes, but not necessarily my emotions. Because even during that time period when I felt there was a stall for about 3 weeks, I not only looked at what I was doing, but I also looked for the non-scale victories, as we call them. So in terms of non-scale victories, I did have at least one of those. One of them, well, I should say 2. Definitely my clothes were fitting me a lot better. I shouldn't say better. They were fitting me a lot looser. So as I was moving down in size, I noticed, let me try to grab a few things out of my closet. And there were a couple things that I could not even come close to wearing last summer or at least I couldn't come close to buttoning, that I was able to put on and actually fit and button without a problem. So I don't know the exact decrease in size, because as you know, when you go to different stores, a 22 in one store may be different size than a 22 in another store. So the size I'm really not sure on, but you know, as it goes down, I'll try to find something that's a style in two different sizes, one that I already had and one that I would currently be in, and that'll give me a better idea as well as you guys a better idea. I wanted to let you know, I was looking, I think I was on lapbandtalk.com, and I saw that somebody's having a summer challenge, which is very exciting to me because I've seen a lot of a lot of YouTube videos, and actually some of the motivation that people have had is coming from being a part of different challenges or participating in different challenges. And this is the first one that I've seen since I've had my lap band surgery. So she's actually also on YouTube and Facebook. It's a summer meltdown challenge, and it's Never Given Up. Actually 2012 Never Given Up here on YouTube. I was running that challenge. I think it's from June 6th, and it's running for 10 weeks, so it's sometime into August that it's running. And gives us a good, period of time to go ahead and get our introduction video. She is putting a challenge out for those who can and want to lose 25 pounds, because that is her goal during those 10 weeks actually. So I'm going to join in with you, and I'll make my introduction video a little bit closer to the June 6th entry date. I'm going to join in with you also in terms of looking to lose 25 pounds during a 10-week period for the Summer Meltdown Challenge. I've been watching a few of the videos from Vegas, and I really wish that I would have put my mind to going. I probably could have gone. I really didn't look. I looked into the tickets and the pricing and all that. I didn't go much further and look into the hotel and the flight. I kind of thought, I'm early in my journey, and I really should have thought I'm early in my journey. I could learn so much from the lectures and all the people who've had successes, failures, all that different things. But I honestly looked at it like, oh, I'm early in my journey. I don't have much to show for it, and I kind of beat myself up for doing that, because looking at everybody's videos, I really would have wished I had a chance to meet some of the people and get some of the education that came from it. Sun Devil, I forget her numbers, she did a good review on the different seminars that she went to, without all the drama and all the extraneous things, but kind of, the important points that the lecturers went over, and I appreciated that. But I also like to see different people's videos on the enjoyable times they had with, like, the meet and greet, the gala actually, and the hoedown, and just different pictures of meeting different individuals who we might know from YouTube and we might not know from YouTube. Either way, just that community, this community in itself, has been a wonderful support system for me, and I love being able to add to others, provide to others who are also going through this journey. With all that said, there is a smaller meet and greet going on the East Coast over here, which Philly Tomcat is running. And unfortunately, I found out about it about 4 or 5 days too late. Too late being after the tickets were sold out, because they sold out very quickly. But I am hoping to still go down, spend some time at the hotel. I actually booked a room at the hotel that they're staying at, and I plan on spending a few days down there, even though I can't go to the official dinner function or the official gala or whatever you want to call it, that function. I'll still be able to, hang around, meet some of the people. And, I know they're planning other things for the weekend that aren't specifically ticketed, like the dinner, which is only holding 85 people. I may consider looking into the auctioned off tickets that are being done on eBay for that event. but it's the East Coast meet and greet that is in Atlantic City, New Jersey, very close to me, so very easy for me to get down to. Plus, it's in August, so it will, be after I've had my surgery was done in April, so 4 months post-surgery. I've gained some good habits, learned some things, and will be able to pass on information for people who will be there that are newer surgery patients, as well as learn from those who are in maintenance, those who are current surgery patients, and all that. So I look forward to being able to at least attend this smaller, but I'm sure, albeit excellent event that's happening much closer to my home here on the East Coast. I had my first fill. My doctor's office tends to wait 6 weeks, actually, before they do the first fill. So I was almost 7 weeks, actually, before I had my first fill on May 22nd. I was a little bit nervous because I had just started increasing my calories to the 1,000 to 1,100, maybe 1,200 range right before the fill. And I said, oh no, I'm going to get this fill. I really didn't know my doctor's rules yet for post-fills. I knew, we did liquids some days, or, the diet kind of reverted back to post-surgery type diet for a brief period of time. But I didn't know how I was going to get all the calories back in. So I was a little bit concerned about that. But come to find out, I got my fill. They had a little bit of trouble with my fill. They blamed it on scar tissue. I guess I was numbed once with the lidocaine, of course, and then it must have been about 3 or 4 tries before they were able to get to my port and remove, as well as put in more fluid. So they actually had to do it on an angle. So they said it was because of the scar tissue they had to go on an angle. I kind of wonder if it had to somehow do with the port kind of being on its side and not straight flat, which might be just due to placement, or might just be due to how my belly kind of curves at that angle there. So I'm not sure. But either way, they were able to get, it was originally 2 cc's in there when they placed my band, kind of like the priming amount that my doctor or physician says he puts in, and then they actually added an additional 2 cc's. So I have an Allergan large band, actually, so it's 14 cc's, and currently I only have 4 cc's in there. They felt that they were going to go slow because when I was in the office, I mentioned that, I think with some meals I do kind of get full at about a cup of food, but other meals I don't at all. And I didn't particularly say it was ones that had more consistency to them, but they kind of assumed that. So the doctor particularly said to the nurse practitioner who did the fill, I think we're going to do a light fill. Looking back, I think I should have challenged that. Unfortunately, I didn't really know until after I got my fill, and I'll be telling you about that in a moment. But anyway, it ended up being that I only had to go on a liquid diet for 2 days with my particular surgeon's recommendations, and then they tell you to increase the consistency of the food over the next several days based on what you can tolerate. Honestly, I did, this supposed to be 48 hours liquids, not 2 days, and I think I did 40 hours of liquids, and decided I wanted a meatball. They had meatballs. They brought meatballs in for lunch, and I decided I wanted a meatball. So I did eat 2 meatballs for lunch, even though I was still supposed to be on liquids. Had no problems whatsoever. That wasn't what concerned me about not being full enough, or my lap band not being filled enough. What concerned me was actually when I went over the weekend to a cookout, and I was able to eat probably about 1.5 cups to 2 cups of food, no problem. I don't even think there was a soft stop or a soft full feeling during that time. that concerned me because up till now I really have only been doing having in front of me a cup to a cup and a half of full food. And I can say I might not have felt full at the cup and a half, but I was satisfied and I knew to stop in my mind. I decided not to stop on this particular day because I chose it as one of my cheat days. But what I've pretty much been doing is, I know I might not be full, but I'm going to stop because this is the amount that I'm prescribed to eat, like a cup, maybe a cup and a half of food. So I will definitely be rushing back in there. My surgeon only does fills every 1 to 3 months, depending upon where you are with your weight, with the distance away from surgery, all that kind of stuff. I will be in there exactly at the 4-week mark and getting another fill and pushing for a pretty tighter fill. Different people vary. What I understand from the larger band is, of course, it's going to take possibly a larger fill. So we'll see where we go. But for right now, I have 4 cc's in my Lapband, and I'll just consciously stop myself at the maybe 1.5 cup level, and then use other supplementations in order to fill myself up. I'm staying mostly, as my surgeon requires, protein first. So high protein, low carb. I started the C25K, as I mentioned in my last video. I had to modify week 3. It was kind of difficult for me. So this week I'll be starting up the actual week 3, which is alternating some 90-minute running times and 3-minute running times. The 3 minutes were making it difficult for me. But I am staying focused and continuing to do that. I also did a Zumba class. I can't say for the first time ever, for the first time since this kind of weight loss surgery journey. And when I've done it before, I've done it on like a cruise. So if I wanted to stop, I just stopped. I didn't really, put full effort into it. It was kind of like, let me go out, do this for fun type thing. And then, if I didn't do the full class, big deal, But I was really motivated to do the full class. First of all, I got through the full class. Thank God. I did do some modifications and some of the moves that were more jumping because they bothered my knees. But for the most part, I kept on moving each, each song, basically. And I kind of liked it because they had guest people come up. It was like the main teacher, and then she knew people who always came to her class, so she had a few of them come up, and they would put their iPod up and put on their Zumba song and then do their dance. So that was really great. I really enjoyed that, and I plan to do some more. I'm also going to try a spin class because I think that will help me out some. From a liquid standpoint, I could be better. Still hovering between 6 to 8. The only time I get 8 glasses in or 8 cups in probably 3 times a week, and then the other days I'm getting closer to 6 or 7. So I'm really trying to get above 8. I really want to be in that 8 to 10 range. So that is one of my goals as well. When I was in the stall, I was saying earlier that I was looking at 9-scale victories, and I mentioned the clothing being looser. The second thing that I did note is that my measurements definitely changed. I do measurements of my arms, my chest, my waist, my thigh, my neck, and I lost a total of 15 inches. So that was a 9-scale victory that I really like to see. Of course, I probably lost more in my chest area than I lost in my waist and thigh area, but that's what I'll have to deal with. I don't mind. I just hope the waist goes a little bit quicker. All right, well, it was good to see. Oh, I forgot I did do my hip area too, so, but still my chest was the largest loss. All right, well, this video has gone entirely too long. I'm almost up to 20 minutes. I apologize for this being so long, but I just want to thank all my subscribers, new and old. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. I look forward to seeing your videos and seeing you soon. Bye.